We are now at UFC 322 this weekend, taking place at Madison Square Garden, as Jackie Chan says. Anyways, this is such a huge card for many reasons. Uh, Extremely stacked, banger after banger after banger. And the main event, JDM versus Islam Makhachev, is a huge fight. This is not just a title fight. This is not just a title fight for the 170 belt. This is JDM defending against Islam Makhachev, the number, or arguably the number one pound for pound fighter in the world. And this is Islam Makhachev moving up a weight class to challenge the 170 champion for a two division champ status. This is a big fight for both fighters. Very big. My heart is gonna be pounding when this fight is on my screen. If you're getting married, if you have a huge job interview this weekend, if you have like plans to do something, cancel them. We're watching UFC 322 this weekend. Huge card and amazing fights. The whole main card is crazy too, but the prelims and the early prelims are pretty good as well. And let me just go over my predictions real quick. Starting off with the first fight of the night at middleweight, Susurkaev versus McConico. This one's a not that bad fight. Susurkaev is Hamza's sparring partner, or one of, and his wrestling is on point, of course. Super good wrestling, super good offensively and defensively. His striking, on the other hand, is not that good. It is good enough to beat like lower level fighters, like up until like the Network Contender Series, and up until even in that fight, he made a quick turnaround and fought quickly against some random, I forgot his name. Made it his UFC debut like 4 fights after his Dana White Contender Series. Let me drink some coffee. Anyways, made a quick turnaround and didn't really have a good fight. His striking, like I said, is not good. Very basic, very stiff. Simple combinations. Telegraphs a lot as well. He's not that quick as well with his hands. And he did get wobbled by the end of the first round. Able to recover and started to wrestle a lot in the second round. Also, I just want to say, even he did wrestle in the first round and the guy escaped, just saying so. His wrestling is good, but not that good. And like I said, his opponent was able to get back up in the first round. So not a good sign. Obviously, he's not as good as Hamza. Even his entries are not as quick as Hamza. Is not as low. But he's still very good on the wrestling. Striking needs improvement, especially if he wants to be a champ like Hamza was saying in that Hamza versus DDP buildup. But yeah, McConico himself isn't really that good. He's not like a serious threat to Susurkaev. He made a quick. He made a, what was it called? He debuted against Ruzi Boyev. It was a short notice step in for that fight, and they did get rocked and they get finished in that fight. It is a short notice step in fight for the McConico, but he still lost. He could have made it to the decision at least if he's gonna lose, but he lost by finish. And then his second last fight in the UFC, it was against Cody Brundage, and that fight didn't take place at middleweight. It took place at 205, and that was because it was a quick, short notice step in for McConico. Brundage couldn't cut the weight, and so they made or was it McConico who couldn't cut the weight? Anyways, this fight took place at 205, and he got ragdolled by Cody, so not a good visual. You could say it's probably because the weight, Cody probably weighed in more than McConico in that fight. But either way, he still got ragdolled, and Suzukaev realistically is gonna ragdoll McConico, and yeah, I'm pretty sure Suzukaev is gonna be motivated. You know, his sparring partner Hamza is champ, so I'm gonna get with Suzukaev just ragdolling McConico. He is going to get outstruck on the feet against McConico. That's the issue I have with Suzukaev. His striking is not that good, and McConico has decent striking. He's pretty explosive. Did rock Cody Brundage in the first round in their fight. So he could probably rock Suzukaev the same way Suzukaev got rocked himself in his first fight. But yeah, I'm going to lean towards Suzukaev starting to implement the wrestling like halfway through the first round and start ragdolling McConico and get him down in the second round and submitting him. Very similar to the first fight, to his debut fight, what I'm trying to say. But yeah, I got Suzukaev second round submission. Women's strawweight, Angela Hill versus Fatima Kline. This is probably the weakest fight in the whole card. And it's not that good. It's kind of eh. It's kind of eh because Angela Hill is a decision machine. She gets barely any finishes. If she wins, if she loses, it's a decision most likely. Oh my goodness, she's the epitome of WMMA. Yes, she's the epitome. She makes it kind of even on the striking. You know, she makes it competitive. And there's at times if she wins, she kind of gets robbed. If she loses, so that's what I'm saying. Like she needs to like. I don't know, and she's 40, so she's not gonna improve at all. But it's just looking a little bit hard to look at her fights and see like, oh, this is exciting. It's kind of boring to watch. If she does dominate, usually it's because of the wrestling. She dominates because of that. If she doesn't get the wrestling, if she doesn't get the takedowns, just lays and prays, the fight becomes really close. And you can't do that against a finisher. Fatima Kline is a finisher. She has 2 finishes recently in her last 2 fights, and they were pretty good finishes. So if you're a decision machine and you're going up against a younger finisher, 25, so meaning she's improving each time she fights, I'm going to go with Fatima Kline getting it done. I don't think Angela Hill is going to be able to hold down Kline in her fight against Kline. I'm going to go with Kline. I'm going to go with Kline just because she has some finishing potential, is improving. She's 25. And yeah, I'm going to go with Fatima Kline. Decision. I don't know if she finishes Hill. Hill's obviously a step up in competition, but I got Kline. Decision. Featherweight Pat Sabatini versus Chippe Mariscal. This Chippe dude has the smallest forehead in the UFC. His hairline borderline starts at his eyebrows. I wish I had that hairline. But anyways, featherweight Pat Sabatini, he's a wrestler. He's from a dying breed of American wrestlers in the UFC. We're starting to see less and less of those types of wrestlers, but he actually mixes in the martial arts. He mixes in the judo, the BJJ, the striking. His striking isn't that bad. It's not that good, but it's not that bad. He is pretty good. And he only lost to Damian Jackson, who did lose to Chippe. Chippe did beat Damian Jackson. But Damian Jackson kind of got like a lucky up kick on oh my goodness, on Pat Sabatini in that fight, like right away in their fight, and rocked Pat Sabatini and was able to finish Pat Sabatini on the ground. If he didn't land that up kick, I would be confident that Pat Sabatini just ragdolls Damian Jackson and finishes him. So it's kind of like a fluky up kick that Damien landed. But either way, he still lost. Losses are losses. You learn from them as well. Pat Sabatini also only lost to Diego Lopez, and that's about it. He only lost to those two in the UFC. And Diego Lopez is Diego Lopez. You know, I mean, if your name is not Volk or what was his name, Musbar, you're losing to Diego. But anyways, Pat Sabatini is still good. He ragdolls everybody else he's fought. He just ragdolls them, ground and pounds, submissions, outstrikes them because of the takedown threat. He has that if you know what I mean. Like when you have a takedown threat and your opponent is thinking about it, your striking, even though it's not that good, improves because you're not thinking about your striking, and so you're able to get away with not being as good. And that's what Pat Sabatini has. You know, he's able to land a couple shots because of the takedown threat. And the Chippe Mariscal, he's another decision machine. Yes, he has 1 KO in the UFC out of 5 fights, out of 4 decisions. But that KO was because he was fighting Jack Jenkins and he tripped Jack Jenkins with a judo trip. And Jack Jenkins landed on his arm or something like that and dislocated it. And he got finished. So it wasn't really Chippe, KOing him with with striking or with a submission. Jack Jenkins just got injured. So Chippe Mariscal isn't a finisher. He only strikes, and you're only a striker and not a finisher. You're gonna ragdoll by Sabatini as well because you're the way you usually fight is striking. So I don't go with Pat Sabatini ragdolling Chippe. Maybe a submission. Maybe. Actually, I'm gonna go with Pat Sabatini submitting Chippe in the 3rd round. I got Sabatini 3rd round submission, but I got Sabatini either way. Middleweight, last fight of the early prelims. Middleweight, Kyle Daukus versus Gerald Meerschaert. Now, Kyle Daukus proved me wrong pretty badly. Kyle Daukus, if you don't know, he was fighting in the UFC a couple years ago. Was doing very bad, got cut. They're pretty good in the regional scene. It is the regional scene, so you can give him credit for that. But either way, he got re-signed to the UFC against Michel Pereira. Now saying Michel Pereira is going to destroy Kyle Daukus. Kyle Daukus straight up dropped the dude in the 1st round. Now, Kyle Daukus didn't really outskill Michel because it was just a quick fight. You know, there wasn't really too much to see. But, Michel Pereira was trying to cut off Kyle Daukus going to his left. And Daukus was able to land the right hand hook and dropped him. So it shows quick reaction time, shows quick fight IQ to be able to, do this. To, obviously, training, everything all helps. But your fighting is differently. And for him to pull off that KO over Michel Pereira, it shows that he has quick eyes, quick reaction time. Gerald Meerschaert is 37. This dude looks like a fireman. Just looking at this dude. But anyways, I think it's the mustache. But anyways, this guy's 37. He's aging. His takedowns are getting slower. His entries are getting slower. Olszewski out of all fighters was able to defend his takedowns, and Olszewski gets like out wrestled easily in his fights. Like, he gets taken down easily, and for Gerald to not be able to do that, get his takedown stuffed, not good. It shows that he's aging basically. Got his takedown stuffed, and then his striking is not that good to begin with. And now that he's aging, he's slower, more stiffer, not good striking. He got chinned by Olszewski in the second round because of his horrible striking, defense and offense. Kyle Daukus is probably like a slightly better version of Olszewski when it comes to like the wrestling. So he's gonna easily defend Meerschaert's takedowns, and then he's not gonna really have to fear Meerschaert's striking. And Kyle Daukus is gonna have a good time just out striking Meerschaert. I don't know what Kyle Daukus realistically does. Minus 475 is pretty realistic. So I'm gonna go with Kyle Daukus. First round finish, if not second. First round finish though. I got Kyle Daukus. Now onto the prelims. Wellmaker versus bantamweight Wellmaker versus Cody Haddon. Now these are two amazing prospects at bantamweight. This is a really hype fight. Malcolm Wellmaker, straight up power in his hands. Very scary to fight because he's like the way he just fights dudes. He slumps them like literally like they literally like contort their body while falling onto the ground. Like that's how bad Wellmaker is dropping these guys. He does overcommit in his striking though. I will say he does overextend and leaves himself pretty easily to get taken down. The thing is, Cody Haddon isn't a wrestler. He is a striker, a boxer. He's like a mini JDM basically. His boxing is phenomenal. The way he goes to the downstairs to upstairs with his boxing, and I mean it's just amazing to watch. I'm gonna tell you, like it's really clean, really good. He's very quick, and he's a strong starter. Wellmaker is a slow starter, meaning I'm gonna lean towards Haddon quickly be able to be doing better against Wellmaker in the first round. The thing is, Haddon doesn't really have KO power. He usually like finishes his opponents after like landing like a bunch of strikes. And that's something I'm kind of fearing for Haddon because Wellmaker has that one punch hitter quitter where you get into range, you're gonna get dropped. And the thing is, Haddon enters range sometimes. Like I would say like 75% of the time Haddon enters range with his head in central line with a jab. Like he doesn't really mix it in with the slips or like the counters or with the wrestling. Wellmaker's gonna take advantage of that. And the thing is, Haddon hasn't fought in over a year. This is a third fight into this year. Haddon hasn't fought in over a year. He's going to be ring rusted. And then he's going to be slower than what I'm trying to say. He's going to be slower. And then trying to enter range against a Wellmaker who's going to drop you when you enter range with those hooks. He's going to drop Haddon. I'm going to tell you right now. He's going to drop Haddon. He's going to drop in the second round. I'm telling you. I don't know. Haddon was more active and he started to show more of a wrestling dominance in his fights. I would go with Haddon. But Wellmaker right now is active. He has the power. And stylistically, the way Haddon enters range, Wellmaker's going to get it done. I got Wellmaker. Third round finish. Women's flyweights, Erin Blanchfield versus Tracy Cortez. Now, technically, there's a rematch because Erin Blanchfield and Tracy Cortez fought earlier in their careers at the regional scene. Tracy Cortez won. I'm going to say, the way they've been looking in 2025, Blanchfield is going to win. Tracy Cortez has been doing a lot of different things aside MMA. She's been doing commercials. I don't know if you've seen that commercial. Was like I don't remember. It was like some beer commercial. That commercial was cringe as like to look at. Yes, it was one of the most cringiest commercials I've ever seen in my life. Either way, she's been streaming with streamers like some like these dweeby Indian looking kid. I forgot his name. And I don't know, like she's doing MMA. Of course, every MMA fighter does MMA. But the thing is, there's a difference between being locked in and doing MMA. And I'm gonna assume Erin is locked into her career. She's 26, meaning she's still pretty young and still has a pretty good career ahead of her. Tracy is 31. She still has a career ahead of her, but I don't know. She just looks like she's getting a little bit too ahead of herself when it comes to like the promotion. Erin Blanchfield beat Rose as well. Rose beat Tracy, so a little bit of MMA math for you. I'm gonna go with Blanchfield. Just saying. She also looks much better in her fights than Tracy Cortez, but yeah, either way, I'm gonna go with Blanchfield. Also, Blanchfield's been beating like better opponents, and Tracy Cortez only beat like cans. So I'm going with Blanchfield. Decision win. Middleweight Roman Kopylov versus Gregor Rodriguez. This is another banger on the card. Oh my goodness. Anyways, Roman Kopylov, super fast kickboxer. The thing is, he's not really that good technically. He kind of like struggles being like a well-rounded fighter as well. He did get. I mean, obviously he got ragdolled by Anthony Hernandez. He ragdolled Cesar Almeida, but Cesar Almeida himself is a kickboxer only, coming from Glory. So obviously Roman Kopylov was able to ragdoll that dude. He did lose to Paulo Costa, and that's because Paulo Costa was able to match him in speed, and because Paulo Costa is a better striker than Roman, when in terms of like, how do I say this, timing. I want to say like like the actual skill. I would say like timing, footwork, um, or just timing, I guess, because he had the better timing and he matched him in speed. Paulo was able to beat Roman to the punch, and that's why he lost that fight. The thing is, Greg Rodriguez is a little bit slower than Roman Kopylov. Well, I want to say a little. He's much more slower, and he has a light heavyweight basically in there. So light heavyweights are a little bit more slower than middleweights. But the thing is, Roman doesn't really have power. He needs to chip at you with like chip damage, like wear you down, and then finish you like in the later stages in the fight. And the thing is, Gregory Rodriguez, he did get chinned twice. He got chinned twice by like two power punch boxers. Roman Kopylov is not a boxer. He does not have like the inside of boxing of a Cannonier, of a Bruno Ferreira. I don't know. It's looking very scary for Roman, especially Gregory Rodriguez has that wrestling advantage in this fight as well. He has a wrestling advantage, and he has that one punch hitter quitter. Stylistically, this is very scary for Roman because he's gonna have to. He can't rely on power. He can't rely on wrestling. He needs to be on his p's and q's, just in and out, in and out, in and out. It's basically like a Ian Gary versus Carlos Prates, where Carlos Prates has the power, Ian Gary has the speed and the technique, and he's gonna mind not getting chinned by Gregory Rodriguez. But the thing is, Ian Gary had that wrestling advantage in that fight. Roman does not. I can see Gregory Rodriguez just taking him down and landing ground and pound and finishing Roman. And that's exactly what I see. I see Gregory Rodriguez taking down Roman Kopylov in the second round, if not third round. Ground and pound finish, Gregory Rodriguez. I got Gregory Rodriguez. I don't think Roman Kopylov is gonna drop Gregory, so I got Gregory Rodriguez. Late stoppage, third round. Third round finish. Okay. Middleweight Bo Nickal versus Rodolfo Vieira. This one's a good one because we're gonna have another. Okay, how do I explain this? Rodolfo Vieira is a better version of Cody Brundage, and Cody Brundage tested Bo Nickal's wrestling, and Rodolfo Vieira is gonna test Bo Nickal's wrestling in this fight. RDR couldn't test Bo Nickal's wrestling; he couldn't take him down. I think he took him down. No, it was like a reversal, because I think Bo Nickal tried to take RDR down, and then RDR reversed on top. I remember. Anyways, this is gonna be a good one because RDR. I mean, oh my goodness, Rodolfo is gonna be trying to take down Bo Nickal. I don't think we're gonna see that much striking. Maybe we do see striking, it's gonna be kind of buns, but because both of these guys don't really have good striking. I would like to see wrestling from both fighters. Rodolfo does shoot in every single fight he fights in, so I'm gonna assume he's gonna shoot on Bo Nickal. The thing is, Rodolfo's gonna take down Bo Nickal, but Bo Nickal has good scrambles. Of course, he's an American wrestler. Good scrambles, get on top, and I don't think he's gonna finish Rodolfo on the ground. I don't think he's gonna submit him or land damage ground and pound, but he's gonna do a good job keeping Rodolfo down on the ground. Basically, a Caesar. I'm not. What's his name? What's his name? I forgot his name. Almeida versus Volkov. Volkov versus Almeida. Oh my goodness, I'm getting these names mixed up. We're gonna see a similar performance where Bo Nickal just lays and prays on Rodolfo Vieira, but I don't think Rodolfo Vieira is gonna land that many strikes. He's gonna be fighting against the hands and not outstrike Bo Nickal on the ground. I do think Volkov won in that Almeida fight. But anyways, because of the striking numbers, I think Bo Nickal's gonna win by decision. Just lay and pray on top of Rodolfo. That's what I see. I just gonna see like Rodolfo's gonna shoot on Bo Nickal. Bo Nickal's gonna get on top and not submit him or not be Rodolfo on the ground or anything. Just lay and pray, and that's it. That's what I assume. I got Bo Nickal. He's lay and praying, win decision. Yeah. Now on to the main event. Oh my goodness. It's banger after banger after banger after banger after banger. Anyways, let's start off with the first fight of the main event. Lightweight Beneil Dariush versus Benoit Saint Denis. Now realistically, I'm telling you right now, Beneil should be the favorite. I'm telling you right now, Beneil should be the favorite. He's a hugely underrated fighter in the UFC to begin with. People just literally overlook Beneil and his UFC career in general. And I'm gonna be telling you, he should have gotten a title fight way before he even fought Charles, and that fight was like what, for the number one title contender or something. Beneil should have gotten a title fight way before. I don't know why they've been keeping this dude away from the title for a long time. He's really good. He did lose to like Anthony Hernandez and like some other dude, but like he's still very good. And so far, he only lost to Armin and who was Charles, but he didn't get out wrestled in those fights. His anti wrestling, his takedown defense is amazing. He was to defend against Gamera and beat Gamera on with the striking. Benio, he got chinned by Armin. You got chinned by Armin, by the way. That's a little interesting. But anyways, he got chinned by Armin. He got chinned by Charles. That's obviously, Charles has good striking, has good power when it comes to like in general. I'm gonna lean towards Benoit. I like Benoit. It's just the thing is Benio beat Moicano beat Benoit. So that's what like maybe my math is not real, but the thing is I'm still a little bit worried of the first round against Moicano, where Moicano was able to just grab onto forget what happened. Benoit tried to head kick or like body kick Moicano. Moicano caught the leg and then was able to quickly spin him onto his back and then take him down. And he was able to be on top though for the whole round, just land so many damaging strikes. Ah, my goodness. That's just a bad visual for Benoit. Like getting chinned by Dustin Poirier is not that bad. Benoit was having a better time ragdolling Poirier than Islam was having. Just saying. Benoit was out wrestling Poirier much better than Islam was doing. Just to let you know. But anyways, Benoit, I don't know. I want to pick Benoit so bad, but the thing is, realistically, Benio should be the underdog. Should be the favorite. My goodness. I'm telling you right now, I wouldn't be surprised if everybody else picks Benio as like the sneaky pick, even though he low-key should be the favorite, just saying. So it's just common sense, Benio should win. I'm gonna go Benoit because I like Benoit. He's like one of the only like French dudes with like testosterone left in France. But anyways, I don't know. But I'm gonna go with Benoit. I chose Benoit in like against his roofie. And you see my predictions. I was like one out of like two other like, or one out of like another UFC YouTube channel that was picking Benoit. Everybody else was picking Rufy. I'm gonna go with Benoit. Just saying, I'm gonna go with Benoit. I believe in him. I do think he can have a good chance fighting for the belt soon. So, and I do think that McConico fight kind of was like a little bit of a fluke. You're saying? I'm coping, by the way. I'm coping. But I'm gonna go with Benoit. Benoit, he's gonna get the takedowns. He's gonna outstrike Benio. He's gonna be doing so good in the fight. I'm kind of scared for that one. But anyways, we're gonna go up to welterweight Leon Edwards versus Carlos Prates. Now, we didn't get a trilogy with Izzy versus Alex Pereira, or the fifth trilogy if you want to include the kickboxing fights. This is literally Izzy versus Izzy versus Alex Pereira at welterweight. This is not even the Walmart version. There was literally just Izzy versus Pereira at welterweight. Leon Edwards, he has been fighting mostly just wrestlers his whole career, or grapplers. They want to include like Nate Diaz. He's been fighting wrestlers, grapplers his whole career, and basically what I'm trying to say is, and then you're gonna be fighting a lot of wrestlers. You're gonna be fighting like Usman, Colby Covington, Sean Brady, Nate Diaz, Belal. I forgot the dude's name. Belal. You're gonna just be doing wrestling a lot of your training camps are gonna be focused on wrestling. Now, yes, a lot of it is gonna be like anti-wrestling, like takedown defense and like hip escapes and whatever. But the thing is, you're still gonna be training your wrestling because you're still gonna get taken down eventually. You're gonna have to like get back up and try to get on top and stuff. The thing is, I don't know if that translates to Leon Edwards getting takedowns. Takedowns are a whole different thing when it comes to like the wrestling, and I don't know if Leon Edwards is gonna be able to take down Carlos Prates in this fight because Carlos Prates has pretty good takedown defense and pretty good escapes, pretty good reversals of himself, and I don't think Edwards is good enough to like stay on top if he does get a takedown or a trip. Carlos Prates, Ian Gary is extremely underrated in his grappling. He's not just a striker. Everybody just sees him as a kickboxer. Just a kickboxer with like basic wrestling. No, he is a pretty good grappler, Ian Gary, and almost subbed Shavkat. Was it Shavkat? Yeah, Shavkat almost subbed him. He is gonna. Carlos Prates is pretty good. Just saying. I don't see Leon Edwards dominating Carlos Prates on the ground. I don't see it. On the feet, they're both flat-footed. Leon Edwards doesn't have that much power. He can only really rely on that one head kick he landed on Usman. Aside from that, I don't see Leon Edwards beating Carlos Prates on the feet as well. I don't really see him. I feel like he's been training too much wrestling that his striking itself hasn't really evolved. And Carlos Prates is like the next step in like 170 striking when it comes to like just straight up power. I don't know about Carlos Prates. I feel like Carlos Prates can explode forward, land that 1-2. Also, he also fought Jeff Neal in his last fight, who was a southpaw. Edwards is a southpaw. I don't think he's gonna have too much trouble dealing with Edwards' southpaw stance. I don't know with Carlos Prates. Just finish him. He's gonna defend the takedowns, or if he does get taken down, he's gonna land on top and then finish Edwards on the ground with ground and pound, or KO him on the ground, on the feet. I mean, I got Carlos Prates. Welterweight Sean Brady versus Michael Morales. I'm gonna tell you right now, if there's like a straight up like guaranteed, it's probably Sean Brady beating Morales. Now listen, if Michael Morales defends Sean Brady's takedowns, Sean Brady is getting chinned. Because Sean Brady is basically a WMMA fighter on the feet. He's basically like a Zhang Weili, a Valentina Shevchenko when it comes to his striking. Michael Morales is basically Ngannou at 170. And I don't just mean that because he's black or because he has power. Put Michael Morales fights and Ngannou's fights next to each other. They literally fight the exact same way. They're like stylistically, they fight the exact same way. Their mannerisms, their foot, like the way they move around, their stance. They're literally the same fighter. I'm telling you right now. They literally look alike. And I'm telling you, the only way I was only able to find that out was because Ngannou's my favorite fighter. And I was looking at Michael Morales and I was like thinking, Michael Morales literally looks like Ngannou in there, like the way he fights. And so, Sean Brady is going to get chinned, easily going to get chinned if Michael Morales defends his takedowns. The thing is, Michael Morales was getting out wrestled by Neil Magny. Now, Neil Magny does a pretty good job pushing you up against the cage and taking you down, or just holding you up against the cage and getting to your back. Michael Morales did a pretty good job getting back up to that, but the thing is, if you're getting pushed against the cage against Neil Magny, Sean Brady is going to be doing a better job pushing you, or just taking you down in the open mat. Sean Brady is not Neil Magny. Sean Brady is Sean Brady. Listen, if there's anybody to beat Islam Makhachev and there's anybody to beat JDM, it is Sean Brady. Just saying. Stylistically, like, he's not fun to watch. He's not entertaining. The way he wrestles is just how dominant he is. Post the Belal fight, because he did get finished by Belal on the feet. It was a standing TKO, but he still got finished. But anyways, he's evolved a lot since then, and he's looking very scary. He's probably gonna out wrestle Michael Morales on the feet. He's probably gonna take him down and hold him down for 3 rounds straight. If not, get the submission in the 3rd round. I got Sean Brady. I don't know. I don't trust Michael Morales right now when it comes to the wrestling. I just don't trust him. He hasn't really shown it to be that good. Listen, he did fight Gilbert Burns, but the thing is, Gilbert Burns was not Gilbert Burns in that fight. That was like Bilbert Gurns or something. Like, that was not Gilbert Burns. He finished a aged Gilbert Burns. I don't know. Sean Brady also fought Gilbert Burns, but he was dominating Gilbert Burns and the wrestling, and that's a pretty good feather in your cap to have. Like, just straight up all wrestling, Gilbert Burns, all grappling. I'm gonna go Sean Brady. Just saying, I'm gonna go Sean Brady's decision win out after 3 rounds. Women's flyweight title fight. This is a pretty good one as well. This is our first double champ fight when it comes to Zhang Weili moving up to flyweight from strawweight to challenge Valentina Shevchenko. This is a good one. Oh my goodness, I can't wait. That's probably one of the few WMMA fights we have that we are hyped for since like the Ronda Rousey era of WMMA. This is such a good one. Oh, I just think Zhang Weili is just that good that she probably could beat Valentina. It's just, I don't know. Zhang Weili, I don't think she cuts that much to featherweight. I mean to strawweight. She is 5'4", Valentina 5'5". They're both aged up there. I don't know. I feel like that Zhang Weili, when it comes to the wrestling, I don't know. It's just such a hard. I don't go with Zhang Weili. I don't really trust Valentina in her recent performances. And you could have probably said she probably got robbed, or I don't know. I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm not a huge fan of her fights when it came to the what's her name, Amanda Grasso fights. I'm going with Zhang Weili. I just like her too. Like, she's more likable. she has more personality. I'm pretty sure more of the fans like Zhang Weili. She's more of a fan favorite. So I'm going with Zhang Weili. Favoritism. Via favoritism, decision win, 5 rounds. Oh my goodness, I can't speak. We are now at the main event. JDM versus Islam Makhachev, Jack Della Maddalena. This is such a good one. Oh my goodness. Now, before I even give my answer, I'm gonna tell you right now. If you think otherwise, if you think I'm wrong, you're telling me I'm stupid or anything, I'm telling you right now, I don't care, and I hope you. No, I'm joking. I'm telling you right now, I just really don't care if you think otherwise. So write down your comments. I'm telling you right now, you're just wasting your time. But anyways, JDM versus Islam Makhachev. This is a good one. Oh my goodness, this is such a amazing fight in itself. Just saying, this is an amazing fight in itself. JDM versus oh my goodness. Okay. JDM got out wrestled by Gilbert Burns. Was getting ragdolled. Just JDM did a pretty good job not surviving Gilbert Burns wrestling. Did a pretty good job. Was able to get back up, and then the third round, kneed Gilbert Burns in the face, dropped him. While Gilbert Burns was going for a takedown, he kneed him, which means he has pretty good timing. I mean, does have that knee in his tool bag. Meaning, if Islam ever tries to go for a takedown after like a tired Islam tries to go for a takedown, you could land that knee, potentially. But I don't know. JDM is pretty quick and has better entries than Gilbert Burns, so it's gonna be much harder for JDM to land that knee. So, but either way, he still won that fight. He still won against Gilbert Burns. Not a bad Gilbert Burns. That was probably I think that was the start of Gilbert Burns' losing streak. But anyway, Gilbert Burns. I mean JDM. After that fought Bilal. Bilal is not Islam. Just to let you know, he's not Islam. He's probably the worst. Listen, the only reason Islam became champ was because Leon Edwards head kicked Usman in the head at the very last seconds in that fight. That was like a chain reaction to why Bilal was champ, because if Leon Edwards didn't head kick Usman, didn't land it, or he just didn't do it at all, and Usman won that fight, Usman was gonna not be was gonna stay champ, and the only reason Leon Edwards won the trilogy against Usman was because Leon Edwards was hesitant, was scared, and was thinking of that head kick KO. You can tell that it was basically like Ngannou losing to Stipe and becoming scared to fight. Or we can probably say an Ibo Aslan losing to. Actually, that's a better example. I was gonna say Ibo Aslan losing to that Elikana dude. Anyways, I got a notification. But anyways, JDM. I mean, what was I saying? Usman would have stayed champ. He would have beat Kobe again. Or if Kobe got a free title fight against Leon, but Usman was gonna keep on defending his belt. Realistically, he was gonna beat Bilal if he never lost to Usman. I mean, if he never lost to Leon, he was probably gonna beat Bilal, and Bilal was never gonna be champ. So, like I said, it was a butterfly effect. Leon Edwards head kicking Usman that Bilal even became champ. So, JDM. Be a not so good champ, okay? That's what I'm trying to tell you. The thing is, JDM is still very good. His boxing is phenomenal. Oh my goodness, just look at his boxing. It's so good. He is basically like an Ilya, where boxing combinations are they're 4 to 6, 7, 8 punches consecutively. The thing is that does kind of get countered by wrestling, because you're boxing and you leave your legs open. You kind of while you're moving, your hips get squared off while you're twisting, and you're easily able to get a double-legged. I don't know. It's just striking purely. JDM is far ahead of Islam. Islam outshook Dustin Poirier. Okay, the reason is not because he's better. It's because of the takedown threat, mental advantage. Dustin Poirier was thinking about the takedown defense. He was only focusing on Islam shooting, and you you start forgetting about the striking, and that's why Islam was able to outstrike Dustin Poirier. It's not because he's such a good striker, he was such a phenomenal striker. No, it's literally because of takedown defense. Right, that's it. That's literally it. There's nothing else to it. JDM is training with Craig Jones. Just telling you, Craig Jones. Listen, we're gonna put Islam Makhachev versus Craig Jones in a BJJ competition. Craig Jones wins. Just to let you know, okay? That is the truth. JDM is training with Craig Jones. JDM, his wrestling has improved a lot. His BJJ has improved a lot. And he's 29, meaning he's still improving. Islam is 34. He hasn't really improved since the Dustin Poirier, since the Volkanovski fights. he hasn't really improved since then. JDM is improving each time he's fighting. He's gonna be much better this time around. He's gonna be much better than since the Belal fight as well. So these are questions that are, you know, what is this video on my right side? What the, my goodness, can I get rid of this? Thank you. That was such a, dude, that was distracting me the whole time I was talking. Just saying, I kept looking at that video, that ad. But anyways, JDM, he's improving each time with his grappling. The thing is, Islam is not Belal. Like, Islam could probably still take down JDM, and Belal couldn't take down JDM. Islam can still take him down, and the thing is, he has a submission threat, but Belal does not have a submission threat. Oh my goodness, this is such a hard one. Islam could easily go for the takedowns while JDM is boxing, take him down. Go for, like, I don't know, his Darsh choke or whatever, like, choke he likes to do. This could easily be an Islam win, just to let you know. Easily an Islam win. But the thing is, JDM, there's some unknown questions where he can legit just beat Islam for 5 rounds. There's a 5-rounder. He, a boxing style is very good. I don't know how to explain this. JDM, I don't go with JDM. I don't go with JDM because I truly do think there's a very hard fight for Islam. Very hard fight, stylistically as well. You know, good boxer with takedown defense. Yeah, that was Dustin Poirier, but that was a older Dustin Poirier, and he was still giving Islam problems. Just so you know, he was still giving Islam problems. Everybody's forgetting the McConico fight, just so you know, but the Dustin Poirier fight, he was giving Islam problems. JDM is a better boxer than Poirier. I want to say no. Elie is obviously probably the best boxer right now at the UFC. Peter Yan's probably better, but I'm gonna say pound for pound, JDM is like number 3 when it comes to his boxing. Dustin Poirier's probably number 4. It's just, you know, Poirier's boxing is pretty, like, kind of like old school. Just so you know, it's not that good. It's just pure power. It's not that good. JDM is a much better technical boxer, much more thought out, better combinations. Dustin Poirier's boxing is literally just like hooks and uppercuts. JDM's is actually like well thought out combinations. JDM is probably gonna. Okay, let me see. Okay, so they're both facing off. They both go to the corner. They do not touch gloves because JDM doesn't do that. They're both circling. JDM is looking like a little bit scared, but a little bit. You know, he's patient, a little bit wide-eyed. Islam confident. You know, Islam goes for a leg kick, lands it. JDM unfazed. Islam goes for a 1-2. JDM tries to get away from it. Go for a step back, but then Islam shoots and JDM defends it, and then he goes and gets on top, and he starts ground and pounding Islam, and JDM starts ground and pounding and finishing Islam. Oh my goodness, JDM wins. I don't know what that was. Anyways, I got JDM. I got JDM winning. I'm leaning towards JDM confidence wise. I got confidence in Craig Jones helping JDM. I got confidence in his boxing. I got confidence in his takedown defense. And he's very good. He's very good. I'll go with JDM. Decision win JDM. If not ground the pound finish. I got JDM. Those are our picks for UFC 322 Fight Night. Amazing card. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Like and subscribe, and goodbye.